it's Lael with Lael by Mail. In this video, we're going to take a look at my completed 2023 December daily project. This, as is every year, it is a huge undertaking. This type of project, it just requires a lot of commitment, and it is a lot, but it is hands down every year. And over the last 27 years that I've been scrapbooking or memory keeping, it is always my very favorite project that I do, just because it holds so much meaning. For this year, for 2023, I should say, for last year, I used the Lael by Mail December Documented Mini Book Project Kit for 2023 as a base. So I've linked to that project kit in the description box of the video down below. I have in the video description down below, excuse me, I have a number of kits left. So if you're interested in grabbing a kit, it is something that you can do at any time. This is the 2023, or the base was the 2023 December Documented Mini Book Project Kit, but 2023 doesn't, only thing it means is that it's the one that I used for 2023. There's nothing date specific. All right, so to start with, I actually will need to go back in and replace a couple of the, that little sticker and that little enamel dot on the cover. I always say every year and then forget that I would be better off adding things like that until the very end when kind of all the work is done, because as I'm working on it, it kind of gets moved around a little bit. But here I have used one of the Simple Stories hickory wood grain albums, has 2-inch rings, which for me is really important. I've learned over the years that I need to have an album with really wide rings so that it can accommodate everything that I want to put in there. So as you can see, it is super, super chunky. Not sure how much more I could add in there, but I added a lot. So here we go. As we get started, you'll see there are quite a few things that I added in order to kind of make the project my own. And that would be starting with this little December 2023 calendar. So it was a calendar base from Ellie's Studio. And then at the end of December, I went back in and just kind of added lots of little stickers, added to a few of the days, some of the things that we were doing in December. But that was just a really fun entry to the project. As we get started, day one, I have a little 2x2 pocket page here. And in that little pocket page, I've added just a number of things. In some cases, or I guess like actually in one case, I did do a little, I'll just pull this out so you can get a little peek, a little shaker. So I added some little confetti into that pocket and then used the We Are fuse tool to fuse or seal that pocket closed. I have also included in the description box of the video down below a link to the December daily blog posts that I have on my website. So if you're interested in seeing anything a little bit closer or are interested in any of the tools or products that I use on a particular day, you'll be able to go to that day in the blog post and take a look and do a little reading. All right, so starting with the first. The first was not necessarily the best way to start this December. But I have a little bah humbug that took place. On the December 1st of 2023, I received an invoice from Verizon indicating that someone had set up a brand new account under my name, put nothing down, and bought 7 brand new iPhones and put them on a 36-month contract. So over the course of the 3-year contract, that would be about $15,000. So yes, definitely a bah humbug. So on the first, I did a little pocket here with the library card, did a little bit of that journaling, and then just grabbed a photo of some iPhone boxes from the internet. Fast forward, it literally took probably 4 weeks to get all of that resolved, but after filing a police report, freezing my credit, I did with all the credit bureaus, Verizon did come back and say you were absolved of any of those charges. So, but kind of an interesting way, little chaotic way to start December. On the 2nd, we drove up to a bookstore about a half an hour away from us. One of my husband's classmates from high school had written a book. And so we went up to see him at Barnes & Noble. He was doing a little book signing, and so kind of that's what that was all about. And I did a little play on words, Santa, I know him. So from the movie Elf, in this case, my husband really did know this Santa. All right, as we continue on, the 3rd, Every year in December, I always do a little kind of thank you for the delivery people. So we have delivery people coming to our house all throughout the year, both for my business. So USPS, the Postal Service, picks up packages, orders every day from me for my business. And then lots of UPS coming and FedEx and Amazon, and that definitely picks up during the month of December. So here I did a little interactive element here, where I took a little photo of a basket that I put out on our front porch every year. And it's just a nice little basket with a note saying thank you, with drinks and chips and cookies and things like that for anybody that's delivering to us. So that was the 3rd. On the 4th, had to read a little bit here. On the 4th every year, obviously is our son Sam's birthday. He was born on December 4th. But every year in my December daily projects, I am always documenting his birthday. And most of the time I am documenting a tradition that we started when our boys were little, and that is the birthday door. So I'll bring this up just a little bit. You can see the birthday door. So from when they were going back to, I think it looks like we started in 2007, but every year on our boys' birthdays, basically the night before, after they'd gone to bed, we would decorate their bedroom door like a present, and have fun little goodies and gift cards. Well, as they got older, gift cards on the door, or on their birthday door. So Sam doesn't live with us anymore, but he lives locally. So we have him over for dinner for his birthday, and I still decorate one of the doors in our house for his birthday door. So it's kind of a fun little comparison there. And I used a little printable from In a Creative Bubble, and then to add kind of the photos and everything. And over here, just did a little bit of journaling. It wasn't lost on me that way back then, when Sam was little in 2027, he was 7, he was always holding his teddy bear, and now holding his cat, who now lives with us. Anyhow, and then there's another printable from In a Creative Bubble. On the 5th, I did a little waterfall here. This little waterfall with different little ceramic houses that I started collecting a couple of years ago from Crate and Barrel. So just have photos of a couple of those little houses in our entryway, and talked about that. On the back side, we have another interactive element. And this is kind of a set of French doors. So with the French doors here, I talked about decorating our bar cart. So kind of have little fun hats for some of the different alcoholic beverage bottles on a little bar cart in our kitchen. On the 7th, documenting the cat. That is Reggie. Reggie was a recent addition to our family, probably back in August. Okay, speaking of UPS, they just pulled up, so we're going to hear a doorbell in a second. Sorry about that. Delivering something. So Reggie is a newer addition to our family. It's our son. There we go, the doorbell. Our son Sam's cat that he had had for about a year, and then he was living with a roommate, had a cat, moved somewhere else, and one of his new roommates was allergic to cats. So Reggie is now part of our family, well, living with my husband and I, and we certainly enjoy him. So this little fun collar I had actually from a couple of years ago from one of our past cats. So he's tolerating it just barely, right? So I put it on for a few minutes, took some photos, and then he was done. Over here, I have a little bakery bag that has a little clear panel up front. And there did a little bit more, a few photos and a little bit more journaling about Reggie and his tolerance, I'd say, of the little collar. So that just tucks right there in that little bag. On the 8th, actually the 8th, 9th, and 10th, all 3 of those days, I kind of documented together as one because my husband and I had flown to Las Vegas to see U2 in concert. So that's kind of what this is all about. As we look at the intro to that, so it's the 8th, I actually created 2 more little shaker pockets. So added some tinsel, and I created the tinsel using just some gold string that I separated all the strands, and then some little fun pieces there. Again, used that fuse tool to close or seal the pockets. There's a little mirror selfie in the hotel. And then I'm starting to tell that story of how we were headed to Vegas for the 8th and 9th and 10th. So Loads of photos here, lots and lots and lots of photos. So I used some additional kind of pocket pages. This one is a vertical 4x6. So just add another selfie, but that's kind of a reflection selfie of our hotel room, kind of looking out. We saw you two at the Sphere in Las Vegas. So that's a little photo from inside of the Sphere. And then here adding more photos using a little interactive element where I take a 12x12 pocket page and cut the top row. So the top row would normally be here off, and then score right along there and then fold. So that gives me room for lots more photos. And then even more photos, use little photo flip here. So in that kind of one little area, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 photos kind of in that one little page section there. So that was kind of fun. We enjoyed, oh my goodness, that concert so much. My husband has always been like a lifelong fan of U2, and I enjoy U2 as well. So while they were playing at the Sphere in Las Vegas, we thought that'd be kind of a fun thing to do. Now, I just have to say, we were not that close. The Sphere has, well, here you go. If you look at this, there's the stage. We're way up here. But because they can project everything all the way up on the walls of that Sphere, in some cases, you can get photos that look like you are super close because they're magnified. Anyhow, if you ever have the opportunity to go to the Sphere or to see U2 or to see U2 at the Sphere before they run out that residency, I would highly recommend it. Here I used a very large acrylic number from, oh my gosh, I'm just totally drawing a blank. I just totally draw a blank. It starts with a C. My friend Jessica. Anyhow, if you want to know more about the larger acrylic numbers like that, you can, like I said, go to the blog, and on the 9th it will tell you. All right, as I continue, here's a little interactive element where I punched out kind of a circle there, and there's a kind of a little peekaboo. The Sphere is connected to the Venetian. And so they had a really fun kind of interactive experience that you could go as a free exhibit. And so we did that. Those are that's a photo that you could take, kind of little photo booth photo there. So there we go. Moving on to the 11th, I did just a little to-do list. I think to-do lists are always fun to include in a project like this because it gives you a real sense of kind of that year in the season. So little interactive element over here where I've just talked about lists a little bit. And then here was my to-do list with lots of things that I had to do. This little guy was a little gift tag that I thought might be fun to include. So did a little stamping there, my to-do list, and then more to-dos because, right, holidays, always lots of things to do, get done. So there we go. On the 11th, talking about, oh no, there we go. That's still the 11th. It feels like forever ago when I did this. So this is all part of the 11th, and then talked a little bit more about to-do lists there. On the back side, told a fun story with the photo of a squirrel Christmas tree that I was gifted. I have some amazing people that are customers and friends, and they found out that I did not have a Christmas tree specific for squirrel ornaments, and they mailed me through Amazon a 5-foot pre-lit Christmas tree. The year prior, well, actually earlier in that year when they did it, they had in person gifted me a squirrel ornament and asked about a squirrel Christmas tree because it must be a great, or, you know, I must have a Christmas tree just for squirrels. Squirrels, if you didn't know, are kind of my little mascots. Anyhow, so that was really fun. And I've continued now to collect squirrel ornaments over the years and also have people gift me just wonderful, amazing squirrel ornaments. So that's kind of fun. Did a little close up and told about that story. On the 13th, so did a fun, I do this every couple of years. I find these little like linen gift bags from Target in the dollar spot or one spot, whatever you want to call it, and just punch little holes and make that a little bag or envelope, if you will, to hold whatever whatever story and photos I'm telling for that day. So as I pull this little guy out, this is a printable from In a Creative Bubble again. And on the back, just telling the story of how my mom and I took some time My mom and I went to lunch. When I say took some time, I work lots. So this was really about kind of taking time to slow down and enjoying the season. So my mom and I went to lunch and then went shopping in a bookstore. So that little guy just kind of sits right in that little pocket there, or little pocket, little bag, I guess. On the back side for the 14th, just using that back side as a place to add a photo. So I just stapled that photo to that little linen bag. And then here, telling the story of how this is the first year I had my craft room redone with custom shelving and all kinds of things earlier in 2023, I guess I should say. And this is the first year that I've actually really displayed by lining all of my past December daily, December documented albums out. So this is the 16th year that I have done this particular project. So kind of had decorated in there, and they're all my little albums on display. What was really kind of neat thing about that is that my husband this year, because they were all up there, he pulled each one down and looked at all of those past 16 years. That was a really kind of fun walk down memory lane for him. So I talked a little bit about that story there. On the 15th, usually every year I am doing some kind of Christmas list, the things that our boys would like, or maybe their significant others would like, their Christmas lists. And talking about how the forms of those have changed over time. So do a little bit of journaling here. There is a pocket here, and I have their lists here. And their lists, like I said, have changed over time. If we went back to one of my very first years of doing this project, I would see their little handwritten scrawl, right? If you think 16 years, our boys are now 26 and 23. So you go back 16 years, they're much younger, and I would make them handwrite their list or their letters to Santa. And then I would, put them in my album. But here, this is how they've changed. They've changed in that they now text me links to what they would like. But also this is an example of how they change as they get older. They're not asking for toys any longer. They're asking for furniture, like a new coffee table and things like that. So kind of fun. And those things are just screenshots of their texts that I printed out as photos, and those go right there into that pocket. The 16th, my husband and I went and met three different couples. Three other couples for dinner. So did just a little kind of selfie here and a mirror selfie there. 17th. Sometimes you may be at a loss for things that you want to document, or maybe sometimes you're documenting things that really have nothing to do with the holiday season. And that would be the case for the 17th. I live in a suburb of Salt Lake City, Utah, and it just so happened that on the 17th on social media, and this was also in the paper, but our local paper, the Salt Lake Tribune, had a headline that said Salt Lake City air quality is the worst in the U.S. amidst latest inversion. So the way that the valley, Salt Lake City is in a valley with mountain ranges on either side. And because of that kind of topography or geography, I am not sure which one it is. But anyhow, a lot of times the cold weather gets trapped in that valley, and then it creates what's called an inversion. So you have the cold air is trapped and the warm air is on top. So it's inverted anyhow. It just can make for some really yucky air quality. And that was the headline on that day. So on the 18th, I met some girlfriends for a little kind of girls' night get together. We did a gift exchange and then went out to dinner. So what we have here, I have another interactive where I have kind of a gatefold here. So we're folding out one way and then folding out the other way with photos. Same thing here, folding out one way and then folding out the other way. So in this little scenario, on one page, 1, 2, 3, 4, plus some journaling, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, plus some journaling. So room for 8 photos plus journaling with that little kind of fold out. And then I'm a little selfie. We had someone at the restaurant take that photo, so there we go. On the 19th, just did a kind of a little pocket here. Let's see what, I know. See, this is why you include journaling so you can remember as you get older, right? Our older son, Jack, lives out of state with his girlfriend. And so on the 19th, I had kind of packed up their gifts Some of their gifts we had drop shipped to them, like the coffee table, but I always do stockings for them. And then some jammies and fun things like that for their little kitties. So took those photos before I packed them up in the box and just kind of talked about that a little bit in that little pocket right there. Alrighty, on the 20th, I had pulled out one of the decorations that I had made from a kit from my friend Paula Cheney. And this goes back to, I think, 2010. I purchased this tag kit from her. So this year I pulled it out and I had it on the wall, and it just reminded me how much I loved it. But there is a photo of that project. And I think, did I say in here what size that is? I know I said so on the blog, but that is probably a 4 foot by maybe 2 foot piece. So all those individual tags, one for each day, and there's kind of a little close up. So that was super fun. Added a little bit of pom-pom trim down there to the bottom. When we get to the 20th, oh, that is the 20th. So this whole piece here is the 20th, and then kind of the 20th. 21st, my husband had gone out of town for the day and ended up getting stuck where he was in Northern California. So I ended up flying solo that night. Not flying, but I ended up going solo to a neighborhood holiday party. So I had a photo of him that he had sent me where he was, and then here I was getting ready to go out, another little mirror selfie. On this guy, again, did a little shaker, so added some little gold stars there. So that was the 21st. When we get to the 22nd, my mother-in-law's 80th birthday. So quite a milestone. And that is that 80, that's what that 80 signifies right there. These were cake toppers. So I found these, I want to say at Zerkers or something like that. But those little chipboard letters, numbers covered with glitter. So they had, you know, like the little toothpick sticks in them that you could put in a cake. Well, I just took the little sticks out. So nice, fun, bright 80 there for the 22nd. And then I did a little bit of interactive work again. So this little guy flips up. This guy is in the pocket page. This guy flips up to reveal the journaling. This guy flips open, and there is a photo. Now, I fibbed a little bit here. Because we actually, her birthday was on the 23rd, but we were all together on Christmas. So this is a photo from Christmas. But you know what? You can, you decide. You can move things around. You can use photos on different days if you want, but I really wanted to include that photo there. So there you go. On the back side, we had done something pretty special for her. She has 4 children, so my husband is one of 4. And then between spouses and grandkids and things, all of us did little kind of memories on the different things that we love her about her or the stories. So I think we definitely had more than 80, the 80th birthday, but I had everybody send me those things in email. And then I put them all into a Word document and then put each person's name with each thing, cut them up, and then kind of wound them around a little pencil. So in here, you have this little jar. The jar also had a bunch of little wooden hearts, but she could then pull out any of these little slips and read a favorite memory that one of us have, or, you know, one of the reasons why we love her. And it was just kind of a fun little gift for an 80th birthday. That was something that one of my girlfriends has done. She did for her father. And then a couple of us that are friends have kind of now done that for our parents or, you know, in-laws. Just kind of fun. 23rd, we went snowshoeing. So Sam, our younger son, lives in state with us. So we went snowshoeing on the 23rd, and there's just a photo. A selfie that we took, well, a selfie, we put the camera like way over here sitting in the snow, my phone, sitting in the snow. There is another photo of us driving back down the canyon. It was a beautiful day. And then a little photo of my husband and I with a little interactive element. Another photo of the 3 of us. Talking about, here the journaling about our kind of snowshoeing adventure. That is the one thing I always say that I want for Christmas every year. All I want for Christmas. I just want us to do that. During the pandemic, our son Jack was in town, so the 4 of us went. So that's just one of my favorite parts of the holidays, is being able to just kind of get out and go, and we go snowshoeing. 24th, Christmas Eve. We were together. Sam, our younger son, again, we made cookies. We usually do this once a year because the cookies are so decadent. You want them more than once a year, but you really don't, if you know what I mean. Whoopie cakes. Some people call them whoopie pies. So just told a fun little story here about Sam. As I'm saying, we need to take photos. He's like, we're only going to do candid shots. Like, okay, so here we go, a little candid shot. And then we have Christmas. So Christmas, most of our gift giving it was already done. Sam asked for a season's pass to a ski resort so he could go skiing. So we already had that. So just little things, underwear and socks and things like that. But the one thing that was really fun, and it was the best surprise ever, Sam had spent 2 weeks in New Zealand in November. And he came back and could not stop talking about this soda, L&P. And he said, Mom, please see if you can find some. And I'm like, Sam, it's from Australia or New Zealand. There's no way. So right after we got back and was just talking about this, I went online and found a grocery store in Australia, ordered 2 bottles, one for him and one for his cousin because he'd gone with his cousin, and had it shipped. And oh my goodness, the most expensive bottles of soda I've ever ordered, primarily because of the shipping. But when he opened that, he was so shocked and so happy and so surprised. So that was kind of fun. Did a little piece of vellum here with, I'm not going to remember it again. Oh, color cast designs. There we go. My friend Jessica does these amazing acrylic pieces and wood veneer pieces of color cast design. So that's what the 2 and 5 are for. And I just adhered those to the vellum. And then used a pocket to capture lots of photos from the day, right? Lots of photos from the day. We always have a big family get together at our house on Christmas night, a huge dinner. And so photos from that. We always play a game called Left, Right, Center, and just did a little bit of journaling on that little card in that pocket. And there you go. So there you have it. That is my December documented, or my December daily, my completed project for 2023. As I mentioned, I've included a couple links in the drop-down box of the video down below. One would be the link to my 2023 December documented mini book project kit that includes the instructions. It includes, I used that as a base for the project and then added some things so you can see everything that's part of the project. Also includes a 5-hour live, well, it was live when I did it, YouTube class that you can follow along with. Also included a link to the December daily blog posts on my blog. So if you wanted to see any of those days up close or get a feel for the different products I used, you could see that. So thanks for watching. Like I said, one of my most favorite, nearest and dearest to my heart possessions would be the 16 now albums that I have. Similar to this, right? One done each for the last 16 years, just kind of documenting our holidays. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.